So many condolences coming in after the news that David Boren, the former governor, U.S. Senator, and president at the University of Oklahoma, passed away at the age of 83. And we wanted to invite in Harold Hamm from Continental Resources this morning to talk a little bit about your friendship with David Boren and just the loss to our state of a political giant for sure. Harold, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Robin, and thanks for the opportunity. David, first of all, was a great friend, and as you said, a great Oklahoman. One of the most significant political figures. I think he ranks right up there. With Senator Kerr and
Jim Inhofe, for sure,
yeah.
and 50 years of service. You had so many connections through the university, through the political career, but there was a very personal connection, Harold, with you and David Boren, and it was really about your health and both of you being diagnosed with diabetes. Can you just share a little bit about that with me?
Yes, when I was about 50 years old, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and at that time, it was a very unpopular disease. People didn't care to talk about it a whole lot, much less do a whole lot about it. And it wasn't something that attracted, a lot of doctors to treat diabetes. And but anyway, David Boren, I think, was diagnosed somewhere along the same time, but he had a vision for what could be done with diabetes. And I asked my friend Bert Mackey and Enid, I said, get a hold of David and see if we could set up a meeting. I want to talk to him about that. So we came to Oklahoma City, met with him at his office out here at the OU medical complex. And anyway, he shared his vision and of what we should do. And anyway, I added to that somewhat, and he and I agreed that, together perhaps we could do something good. And so anyway, out of that came the Harold Hamm Diabetes Center. And, that was 18 years ago, 2007, and we've seen so many good things, and, the narrative has been changed since then. Diabetes is on the forefront, of everybody's thinking, and how to treat it, how to deal with it, how to prevent it. And so anyway, we've just come light years since that time. But, it was David's foresight and vision, that ignited that thought, and certainly I'll always remember, those very moments. That came about. So there was just one connection.
Right. You both even changed your lifestyle of trying to eat better, to drop some weight, and it fostered even kind of that more personal side of things for you guys, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. It was evident that we had life now, going the right direction, exercise more, and
yes.
eat right.
Don't we all need to, right?
Yeah, right. And certainly get in shape. And so anyway.
Can you just share with me about how the Harold Hamm Diabetes Center, through kind of that spark from David Boren, has really changed so many lives through research, through medicine, and that it's not so taboo to talk about?
Yes, I think really, the impetus was there to change the narrative and to set up a new standard for diabetes. Here in Oklahoma, with the Native American population, really was a pandemic, if you will, that was going on with diabetes. And, the occurrence was way up there, higher than national average, and so much needed to be done. And so we set out, with very high standards that, first of all, was going to find a cure for diabetes.
Right.
So nobody else had hung out a shingle to do that. But along the way, there'd been so many things that we've tackled. One of those was the high cost of insulin.
Yes.
For 100 years, we had 3 pharma companies that had held the patent for diabetes and never let it go, and so they had a monopoly. And so first of all, we mounted a campaign that exposed that situation. They should never have been able to hold a patent for 100 years and set that monopoly in place. So anyway, through that publicity that we gave them, adverse publicity, brought the cost of insulin down where it's affordable for Oklahomans and all Americans. And so that was a big win. But the research that's gone into it, all those things has just been tremendous. And so anyway, you know, the pre-diabetes
Screenings.
and raising the awareness to everybody to find out if they're in that pre-diabetes category. So it's been a great journey, and so that's just one of the things with David Boren was that connection. But you know, I remember when his young man set out, you know, to change Oklahoma, and his broom brigade and all that. You know, we thought, you know, he was the guy to do that, and certainly changed Oklahoma politics.
Well, for 50 years, a life of service through political and education. Just a final note of just what David Boren meant to Oklahoma in that realm of the political thing. I mean, he really did have his hand on not only here but at the Capitol too, in Washington D.C.
He did. He did so much in Washington D.C. You know, I don't think all Oklahomans are aware of all that he accomplished there, but he was so respected there. It was he's a great Oklahoman, and Washington D.C. and of course at the University of Oklahoma.
Well, Harold Hamm, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you for coming in. You still walk 5 miles every day?
I do.
Wow.
I do. Yes, and you know, I probably need to walk 10, but
You're doing more than me. I appreciate it. Harold, thank you again for coming
thank
in
you.
and sharing more about that connection that David Boren put that spark in for the Harold Hamm Diabetes Center, which really, with the research and the lives that are changed right here in Oklahoma, we appreciate it so much.
thank you.